Watch Dogs is often remembered for its hacking mechanics and dark tone, but one of the most overlooked aspects of the game is how lonely it feels by design, not just in story but in the way the world reacts to you. Chicago is packed with people, cars, and noise, yet Aiden Pearce moves through it like a ghost. Everyone is connected through CTOS, constantly sharing data, but genuine human connection feels distant and fragile. This contrast gives the game a quiet emotional weight that many players don't notice on their first playthrough. You're surrounded by millions of data points, yet Aiden is emotionally isolated, driven by guilt and obsession rather than companionship. The hacking itself reinforces this feeling. You're always looking at people through a screen, scanning their lives in seconds, reducing them to statistics and secrets. Bank balances, medical conditions, criminal records, all revealed instantly. It makes interactions feel transactional rather than personal. You rarely talk to strangers, but you know everything about them. That disconnect mirrors a modern problem, being more informed than ever, yet less emotionally connected. Watch Dogs doesn't force this idea onto the player, but it quietly lets you feel it through gameplay alone. Aiden's role as a vigilante also feels different compared to traditional open-world protagonists. He's not trying to save the city or become a symbol. Most of the time he's reacting, chasing loose ends, and cleaning up messes caused by systems bigger than him. CTOS isn't a villain you can punch, it's an invisible presence that never truly goes away. Even when you take down major antagonists, the city remains under surveillance. That creates a subtle sense that your victories are temporary and that control is always shifting rather than disappearing. The side activities reinforce this tone surprisingly well. Crime prevention missions, for example, aren't heroic set pieces, they're uncomfortable interruptions. You're listening in on private moments, stepping into situations where the outcome is rarely clean. Sometimes you save someone, sometimes things escalate. There's no fanfare afterwards, just another notification fading from the screen. It makes justice feel messy and imperfect, which fits the game's grounded atmosphere. What makes Watch Dogs 1 feel fresh even today is how restrained it is. The city doesn't constantly celebrate you. The story doesn't always explain your actions. Music is often subdued, letting ambient sounds take over. Rain-soaked streets, flickering lights, distant sirens, it all contributes to a mood that's closer to a slow-burning thriller than a power fantasy. You're powerful, yes, but never comfortable. By the end of the game, you're left with an uneasy realization. Aiden wins his personal battles, but the system remains. Surveillance continues, data keeps flowing, and the city moves on, largely unchanged. That quiet conclusion fits the game perfectly. Watch Dogs 1 isn't about fixing the world, it's about surviving in it, navigating a place where information is everywhere, trust is rare, and control is always just an illusion. And that's why years later it still feels uncomfortably relevant.